No sé, sí, sí tienen el empate. Yo me voy a ir que Francia lo gana por la mínima diferencia y va a ser con gol de Mbappé. 1-0. 1-0.
Partidazo el que nos estás vendiendo, ¿eh? Y luego el salado acá, el gacho es otro. Sí.
No, pero el que sean pocos goles no significa que sea un mal partido. Puede estar muy cerrado, lo que puedo esperar, y que al final te pueda definiéndose.
Tiny goal on Achraf Hakimi.
It's not going to count this goal.
The referee says it's disallowed because there was some slight push in the back before the goal was scored.
That was a 100% foul. The referee got it right.
4 minutes later, down the other end, Morocco get similar opportunity there on the Senegal end where there is a touch.
So can Morocco win this game deep into injury time?
Brahim Diaz goes berserk. He's just screaming at the ref. He goes for bar review. That's right, jumps with Brahim Diaz, has his hand sort of on his shoulder.
I think he's getting a penalty. He is!
Senegal cannot understand how the referee has decided to react, and then hell broke loose right there.
Oh, this is descending into absolute chaos. The Senegal coach is taking his players off the pitch.
I look back, the Senegal players have disappeared. The players of Senegal not happy about what was going on. Their fans equally not happy about it. Yeah, Ahmed Stewart playing peacemaker, which tells you how bizarre the situation was. And somehow these negotiations with Sayamone get them back on the pitch. I think they lost for 17 minutes in total. Jean-Jacques Ndala from DR Congo. He got a lot of criticism. I think he probably could have been stronger when Senegal walked off. I mean, whatever game it was, it's an entirely different game after 17 minutes. Then Brahim Diaz attempts a Panenka, completely doffs it.
It's saved!
The game goes to extra time.
Again with a shot! It's in! Again! For Senegal!
Everybody believes that Senegal won it, and worst of all, the cup president was down there handing over the medals. Morocco appeal, and the CAF Appeals Board in March decide no, because Senegal walked off, the upper game is being awarded to Morocco. Senegal have appealed against that. It will go to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. That decision, I can't understand till now. Sadio Mane said this is really bad for African football. I don't know how we ended up where we are in terms of all that has gone on. It is the best football in the world. The only game that a lot of people outside of Africa will ever watch of African football. And what they'll take away from that, it's the chaos of injury time and what followed.
Well, it was an extraordinary turn of events, wasn't it? And I know, Wayne, you're quite passionate about who actually should be AFCON champions.
I think Senegal. I think obviously it got overturned and Senegal are appealing it, but for me the decision on that evening was the game was played out and Senegal won. So it is sad, and I agree with what Sadio Mane said. I don't think it's a good look for African football.
Well, Koulibaly was missing that night, Gail. How important is he for Senegal? I mean, obviously France have got a lot of attacking talent. How key is he?
Well, in terms of capabilities, he's probably one of the best they have. Over the last few years, he was part of the top 5-6 centre back in Europe. You remember that image when he was playing for Napoli, when he's pushing his teammates. That's that eagerness and that desire to defend, that drive to make sure you do clean sheet. This is what you want, and for them to have him back, the presence that he has, the physicality he can bring into the side, and the experience is all you need for those kind of tournaments. So I'm sure they're glad to have him. Is he fit? Totally fit? That would be a different story, because even if he's really good, France got really a lot of option up front, so you will have to be on it. But for sure, in terms of experience, it's great to have him.
And at the other end of the pitch, Nicholas Jackson was moved on from Chelsea, went on loan to Bayern Munich, was always going to struggle to get the minutes perhaps he needed behind the likes of Harry Kane. But there is a talented player in there.
I really like him. I think he's a good player. I think his first 2 seasons for Chelsea, he scored 30 goals, and then obviously Maresca come in, he didn't fancy him, and then he goes to Bayern Munich, which I thought was a strange decision with Harry Kane being there, because he weren't going to get much game time. But so it feels like almost an audition for him tonight in this World Cup, because does Xabi Alonso want him back at Chelsea? Does Bayern Munich or another big club want to take him? So I think he'll have a point to prove in this tournament, and I hope he does well, because from everything I've seen, his attitude has been really good, and I think he'll have a big impact for Senegal.
Yes, and there is numbers, and not great for him to only have 15 starts in a World Cup year, is it, Wayne? You'd want to have kind of really cemented himself.
No, it's not. But if you look at his numbers in terms of goals and assists, they're very good. On all 3 of them seasons, so he's certainly got something to prove. He's got something to play for, and we see at World Cups when players do well, they can go on to bigger and better things.
Okay, well, in 2018, Kylian Mbappe picked up the FIFA Young Player Award along with the main trophy, and 4 years ago he became only the second man to score a hat-trick in the final, taking home the Golden Boot along with his runners-up medal. Arsene Wenger tried to sign him as a 16-year-old for Arsenal and has remained an admirer ever since.
Like Mozart played music very young, he plays football. When I saw him the first time play, I said, we have Pelé here.
Mbappe with a shooting chance! The first teenager to score in a World Cup final since today!
He's so intelligent, he's so quick to understand. The timing of his information, the timing of his moment is absolutely fantastic.
He's done it again! The boy wonder!
The orientation of his body is always the right way. The understanding of what's going on in the box is of top level. When you look at what he has achieved already today, it is absolutely exceptional. How much does he want to push himself to continue to improve and will make the rest? Because he has no limitations. When Kylian Mbappe today goes into World Cup, everybody looks at him and says, you can win this fast, so do it,
Well, he is, of course, a complete global star. And put in context there, his success on the World Cup stage in terms of goals scored, he's only 4 behind Miroslav Klose of Germany to get top spot. But there is another record he's chasing in this tournament, Olivier Giroud. I feel like we're just bringing lots of sadness to you today, and it could well go. He's just a goal behind you as France's all-time record goal scorer.
I mean, it makes sense, It was expected, and Mbappe, it's him. Will beat every single record anyway. Numbers of caps, numbers of goals. I think he can easily reach 100 goals. And maybe Miroslav's closer as one also in World Cup. So, yeah, he's been delivered a great performance in the World Cups, big games, and yeah.
Is he, do you think, as a person, a bit misunderstood? He doesn't always get the best kind of press, does he?
I mean, some people will call it arrogance, because a lot of teammates I play with ask me about him, and for me it's just ambition and confidence, and he knows where he wants to go. He's a leader, and he can seem from his small age, like at 18 or 19, very at ease in front of TV, and he's very mature. He was very mature for his age at that time, but for me, it's just
Is he a good teammate?
He's a good teammate, of course. He's an incredible talent, and I think he's a proper leader on the pitch and off the pitch.
Yeah. Gail, I guess, that one of the criticisms he sometimes get is that, you have to kind of build a team around him because he's not prepared to do the defensive work that you might need from a player in his position.
Yeah, but we've seen this many times in different teams, and we've experienced that, not me on the pitch, but Olivier was there when we won the World Cup. It was the same scenario. So you put Matuidi, who wasn't the most talented player, but who could cover grounds on the left side, so then you can run for Mbappe. And I think the idea of Deschamps now is to find that option that will allow Kylian to do less than the others, because he will score 1, 2 or 3 goals in a game.
Only 2 players in Europe's top 5 leagues have made fewer defensive contributions.
Yeah, but you can look at data how you want to look at it, but as a forward, me and Olivier will know that your manager tell you you're the first line of press, you're trying to set up traps, and very rarely does the centre forward win the ball back. It's normally the second player or the third player who wins the ball back, so I wouldn't look too much into that. But what I can say is he's an absolute superstar, and he's someone who people pay money to go and watch. The things he's won is incredible. The goals he scored is incredible.
It's just the 2 of us here. Nobody is watching. Right now, and as a captain, is he a good captain, Olivier?
Yeah.
trayectoria.
And we can join Alex Sheeran, who is alongside Guy Mowbray.
Repeatedly.
Alright guys, welcome to this match live between France and Senegal. Let's take a look at the prediction of this game. France is heavily favored to defeat Senegal, with analytic models giving Les Bleus 64% to 64.8% chance of victory, compared to just 12 to 14.9% chance for Senegal, and a 20.3 probability of a draw. So the common expert score prediction for this 2026 FIFA World Cup group opener at MetLife Stadium is a 2-1 or 2-0 win for France. So Sportsbooks lists France as a strong money line favorites for this group stage clash. Yeah, so France are actually tipped on this one. So looking at the key tactical angles and form, there is a symptom of unstoppable firepower versus vulnerable defense. France boosts an incredibly deep attack spearheaded by Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, and Michael Olise, while Senegal's backline is anchored by veteran Kalidou Koulibaly. Their recent form, including a 3-2 friendly loss to USA, suggests gaps that the French front line will ruthlessly exploit. So experts highlighted that while France is dominant, they have shown a habit of leaking goals, with Senegal deploying the electric pace of Sadio Mane and Nicolas Jackson on the counter. It's also found that both teams to find the net at plus 100 carry significant value. Historical echoes in this fixture is Senegal famously shocked reigning champions France 1-0 in the opening match of the 2002 World Cup. However, the Deschamps' current squad is far more balanced, so tactical stable and highly motivated to avoid a repeat history. So yeah, looking at the lineup, we have a confirmed lineup for France 4-2-3-1. Minan, Koundé, Saliba, Upamecano, Hernandez, Tchouaméni, Rabiot, Dembele, Olise, Doué, and Mbappe. So for Senegal 4-3-3, Mendy, Diatta, Koulibaly, Niakate, Diouf, Gueye, Kamara, Sarr, Jackson, Mane. So that is what we have for the prediction and also the lineup of this game. I urge you guys to stay tuned and enjoy.
Saudi Arabia. Who scored a much more famous hat-trick at the Lusail Stadium, Qatar in December 22. Wins tonight his 99th cap for France. He is one goal shy of their all. For Senegal, the big point of difference since Qatar is the involvement again of their all-time top scorer Sadio Mane, who missed out then through injury. Idrissa Gueye, Kalidou Koulibaly and Ismaila Sarr embark on their third World Cup campaigns. The first three to do so for this country. It is 8 of the 11 who started the uproarious AFCON final 5 months ago. And by the way, and 4 of this starting side were born in France. Didier Deschamps. To 3 straight World Cup finals. Chow was on the January. World Cup history. It's one of 3 previous involvements that reached the knockout stage. So of those, there are some substantial points for this trip. She's dancing for a married man. Run a background check. It's called OneSearch. You can literally ask it any information about anyone. So I'm asking it to tell me everything it knows about me so that I can see
for Senegal. Bounce back towards the back lane, lifted away by Koulibaly, pursued here by Nicholas Jackson. Some Koundé's semi-clearance.
Let's attend that one. Koundé. And he had time and space that he did. No matter what you do in football. It's going to be a little bit nervous with the
Saber que te pasas viendo toda mi historia me daña la mente. Porque cuando menos te pienso aparece de la nada.
There is huge expectation.
I don't know if you guys.
should have led to something
I
better,
believe that is good.
but he sees his teammate quickly. Maybe a little bit early in the match for Mbappe. Even he can miss control at times. Just got ahead of the ball a touch.
His numbers are remarkable. This is the 15th World Cup game he's played. That takes him up to 8th in the autumn. Out there, I'm sure, remembers him, a left full back. Fills the gloves. French team, which hasn't lost its opening game at a World Cup since Senegal beat them in 2002.
Koundé's a centre-half by trade. I wouldn't say he's one of the better attacking fullbacks, but he's certainly got forward there.
Make sure they avoid early goal. Early goal, yeah, will be a problem.
Stood his ground. Playing for Koulibaly. Side of him, Malik Diouf. Who even in a relegation season, his first in the European football with West Ham was often a standout star.
He was. He's only 21 years of age. It says a lot for his temperament.
that he settled so quickly in a foreign country in a much higher league to what he was used to.
Albeit in a friendly, his West Ham debut in this stadium against Manchester United last year. Jackson, to swing for his
I just hanging.
Down, determinedly by
Moment that was. That's where Senegal will be hoping to hurt France when they do win the ball back. Spring forward quickly.
okay. Not stopped by Romeo. Toure can look out. Senegal are about this.
Well, I think get around the pitch really well, Senegal.
I'm afraid Senegal are missing the
Vouch for that. Maybe not always the best finisher, but he gives you a target as a centre forward. Works the channels well, more often than not.
So maybe a formative. Wilson. Step again. Penalty area.
Michael Elise receiving the ball here, playing a more central role than we thought he might. Dembele's through the middle and Mbappe is too.
Diouf. So, senior statesman for this World Cup. Koulibaly is evidently central to their defensive effort. Eli Manning, the Giants quarterback, some renown in what was once his office, his work. Arne Jackson. And again, the Meccano and greater certainty now. That time by remaining.
Senegal settled pretty well into this contest. Seen a fair amount of the ball in France's half.
Senegal 4 years ago lose both games they played against European opponents, beaten the group stage by the Netherlands and then ultimately knocked out by England in the last 16. Chelsea goalkeeper now with Al-Ahly in Saudi Arabia is one of 4 of this 11 who were born in France. Links between these countries are considered centuries old. different fullback who's offering the width to which Alan referred. Over to Toure. Hernandez. Ricardo. Dembele. Couldn't take it timely. Koulibaly clears.
It's 2 loose touches from Mbappe. Who would have thought? Especially when he's got the ball in the box. That's when he comes alive.
Scored 42 goals in 44 games for Real Madrid last season. Kylian Mbappe. Not normally shy in this circumstance. Doing. That's a penalty from fullback. So one of those who's not goal against Australia. Qatar. Dembele just too heavy with the pass.
Some of the French players just taking a bit of time to find the feet. Find it.
Ready? Toure. Ricardo. Lise. Really sweet turn. Free kick, France are quickly up with it. Oh, he's in the way.
Keep playing France with a lot of rotation. It's going to call for a lot of
I think so
concentration
far this
from
match
those
is
Senegal
actually a
players when they
balanced game
are out of possession.
this 15 minutes.
At least they do will be popping up in all sorts of
And I
areas.
think vouching for Senegal to win. Senegal must win.
Romani. Toure. Relatively deep. Controlling it from centre half. Lise.
They know how to defend Senegal. They've got a good shape about them. Lots of experience in the middle of that back four in Niakite and Koulibaly.
He's proven to be a great motivator. He's won 18 of his first 25 games in charge. It's okay, his exit. Saliba. with the height of the afternoon sun. The balance is worth reporting, but it is just a mild day here. Pleasantly warm, not swelteringly.
Yeah, slightly cooler than it was for the
France seems to be pressing very hard now. They started playing like PSG. Oh, Senegal shouldn't allow them. They're trying to create a diagonal pattern. Everywhere is a problem. Olise that side, this one.
quite a controlled beginning to this game for them.
Too much stars.
Had some
Away from him by
The Senegal seems to be up to the task. They're containing them.
okay, made himself time. Marnie.
Very tough time.
Diatta.
Yeah, that's a nice two ball. The Senegal.
lot better.
Oh, Senegal almost have a perfect counter attack now.
First time to take out the fullback. Melisande.
Okay, McMahon 6-2. Now he scored close
The winner.
in the AFCON final, which turned out not to be the winner. So history at least currently records. Romania. Get that rhythm behind. Yes, he did. It's corner.
Yeah, I know. I got a down tingle, like right now. But seriously, put the camera down. Tangle, you don't need to be shy. just the two of us here. Nobody is watching. People are connecting through live video chats. Want to meet someone as awesome as me? There's a new world of exciting conversation.
The referee can now invite the players to take their hydration break. Maybe 26 minutes in.
Try and change things, but it has been fairly eked out their ability to snatch the ball and get forward quickly with quality.
You observed very early that Michael Ise was taking up a different position from that which perhaps we anticipated.
Yeah, and not playing with natural quality. Okay, well, he's going to hold it up for the teammate that he has a go, and beautifully clean strike it was.
From Miss Kane at Bayern Munich, and so he's never likely to be first pick, but he's scored 11 goals for them. France yet to have a shot on target, which makes it less than thrilling for those who wear those blue colours. So Senegal have been defensively robust. They were unbeaten. Conceded only 3 times. All 3 goals taken since South Korea 24 years ago. By launching, potentially, one throw into the penalty area.
I think so far Senegal are actually giving France a run for the money.
Johnson working over the goalkeeper's shoulder. Schmeichel right in front of him. Koulibaly there is a natural target to the near post.
They're actually holding them down. Very tightly.
Kylian Mbappe could progress.
And they're stopping them on counter-attack. So bad.
Seen too much of Dembele so far.
High foot from Lamine Camara. Not a good tackle from Schneider, who was never poised over his shot.
Slows down Michael Elise quickly over on that far side.
Okay.
I like the fact that Senegal actually chasing the ball around. Instead of allowing them possession.
Too tight. He would get tight to Sadio Mane. Scored more goals for Senegal than any other man.
Senegal just can't go here. They never rest till the end of of this game.
It's going to tough game. Sullivan. Rabio.
Trusted Pink Rabio. He's reliable, he's experienced. Shot could have gone in another direction. He trusts his man.
Back. Okay, back.
Van Nistelrooy.
And Patrick Vieira, who in a sense personifies this fixture.
Yeah, Van Nistelrooy.
France's greatest ever, whose origins were in Senegal. A couple of Arsenal legends there. Just proud to sit next to him. Podcast of 1998.
Very dangerous pass. One chance there. Senegal are making this game. Not allowing them a second ball. Oh, good play.
The 80th game for France. This is his 20th World Cup game as
Quality of Senegal not scoring in this game.
as well as 27 at this tournament, which would set a new record going past
And
Thomas
I like
Shaw.
the fact they're not sitting back to the defensive.
60s and 70s.
Nice ball there. Hey, too much.
Some concerned.
He did not
His team
continue
is struggling to find their
very
rhythm.
good at the draw.
It's tipped largely in Senegal's favour. Of those attempts at goal, the most notable from Nicholas Jackson, the base of one Nicholas near post, with a kind of bounce, and even established the Senegalese lead. Koundé, sitting out of that very good read by Koulibaly. He's wily, well travelled. That's the leader of the game. It's Germaini. Hernandez. Doué. Ricardo. Koundé. For Senegal over there.
Yes, he is. They've seen plenty of it, but I think you've got to see working on it. Oh, Dembele as well.
Jota. Camera. Koulibaly. Diakate. Diata. Just Dembele. Reached Idrissa Gueye. youth. Good morning. Youth. Good day. Good about it. Day. Without precision. Now succeeded the legendary Aliou Cisse. Leading them off during the embarking into that final.
He's got to be pleased with what he's seen so far, though.
Surprising saw forward. Cannelly walks behind for France. William Saliba.
Silver spot.
Subject of Arsenal. Superheroes. There is the Professor Monsieur Arsène Wenger. The massive influence on its development over many, many years.
It's supposed to be a chance for Senegal.
Which now is
Take a shot from outside.
Sadio Mane.
Oh, hey, very close.
Take advantage.
What did he say, Mike? He's got
This
Koundé ahead of him.
France are there.
He said Jules Koundé.
They missed it.
Speaking of which,
Very impressive game. God, it's
back again to Rabiot. The say the referees had to stop it.
He's got a head injury, so he's not been stopped for that reason. But
So, to England with Watford and then between his two English spells, between Watford and Crystal Palace, he had another year back at Marseille.
so they were just there, thinking a second late. Sar's he's had a good season, hasn't he? At Crystal Palace, European winners.
Three games for Senegal in 2018, all four. 2022. Scored a penalty against Ecuador. He scored 3 goals in qualifying for Senegal. Now he's had to stay off the field for a minute or so, which is infuriating him.
Yeah, you always feel a little hard done by when you're the one that's been fouled. But those are the rules.
Rossi. Belly. Members. 2-8.
Senegal should be careful with any slight mistake in this game.
So it's Montgomery and Michael Elise conspire over
Why against Senegal?
Senegalese wall.
Well, they need something to lift them, fans. They've been flat so far.
Ricardo is right at the back of that queue. Belly. It's right back of the valley. Looked on his way by Barney. Turn and face the drive. Another important intervention. Towards Clement Belly, who was not sure. Rather twitched it down for a corner.
Senegal must be careful here.
Mbappe was just lurking at the far post. He was trying out for a classic near post run. This one. Good looking clearance.
Senegal really passing through that hazard here.
With the ball in.
This is corner.
Nice run.
It's a bit more bendy.
A fairly muted atmosphere inside this stadium. Not a great deal for either set of fans to get excited about.
Juice. Looking around of camera. Watched by Upamecano. And Rabiot. As we head into 6 additional minutes at the end of the first half. A really sumptuous day.
Really composed near Kante.
Carves him. Juice. Once again. Dieta. Okay. Got a touch on it. Upamecano took it away. Rabiot came. On the drive. It's Montgomery.
there to get his team in at half time. It's been lacklustre.
Yet be aware, but we are, that no player on the field has touched the ball fewer times than
Balanced doesn't look quite right for me with France.
caution is concerned, though, with the knowledge that his last 11 World Cup goals have come after half-time. Okay. Correa to the pass. Teo Fernandez. Swinging himself, pushing back. He was helped over, the referee is unsympathetic.
Just a misunderstanding. Whether Mbappe wanted it into feet or long, neither did Rabiot.
Applause the thought they've won the execution. That's the story of the first half here. Execution has often been a little inexact. Ricardo, Dembele, so again from the back and forth, Mbappe.
There's only Mbappe in the box.
Draw. Perhaps the goal was drawn a very different type to this one. Really? You see? Really? Saying the names, hearing the names, you have to believe that. Lucky to spark this.
Nobody in the blue shirt and V1 create something from a bit of individual skill.
Camera. Mane. Juice. Something in a hurry of Senegal getting in there. This is Sadio Mane!
Go! Can you imagine?
Lifted it high. As the goal gate.
By far the best chance on the stroke of half time. Time to score that would have been a one.
And it was the last kick of the
Can you
half.
imagine?
With the ball's bouncing up on him, the charge.
That was crazy.
Well, it has been a half shy of really good chances, but Nicholas Jackson, and with the last kick before the break. Ismail Assar cleared the crossbar when the sure Alan makes his way back into the dressing room with an address to make. What would you think the content of that address would be?
Well, maybe he'll go for my liking. But I don't think he's going to overly panic. But food for thought for him. For his players, you'd expect to see a better performance in the second half. But, Senegal have been excellent in terms of defending as a team.
Supporters with much to ponder here and relatively little to cheer. As you've been indicating, Alan, when you keep hearing the names, you keep hearing of Mbappe, you keep hearing Dembele, you keep hearing Elise, you're constantly expecting something to happen.
Yeah, exactly. They've got enough potential match winners in there, but none of those names really anything spectacular or the kind of bit of skill that we've been used to seeing from them. It's got to change, I think, for things to get better for Label.
It's a terrific scene this on me. So here are the numbers that underpin what we saw in front of us. Perhaps surprising to note that France have had more on the ball because they've brought productively, Alan.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've looked more threatening going forward. Nicholas.
Those colourful supporters from Senegal, every reason to look forward to the second half with substantial optimism. And that day in Solbach on the 31st of May 2000. Two and one goal for Pape Dion. Shocked the world. Senegal. If they were to prevail today, but surprise nevertheless, it would be. This is a credible challenge. France need to be wary of it. So the two principal threats, well, as it turns out, to this point, only one of them has really been a threat. It hasn't yet happened for Kylian Mbappe. It always might. Salah has gone close and has had a few cracks at goal.
Yeah, I mean, Mbappe had those early chances where his touch let him down. Might have been a different story. But nothing wrong with Ismaila Sarr's performance.
So half time here, it's France 0, Senegal 0.
Alright, let's take a look at the first half analysis of the game. The first half of France versus Senegal opening group match at the 2026 FIFA World Cup ended in a 0-0 draw. The key match dynamics: Senegal dominance. Despite France entering as heavy favorites, Senegal looked like the much sharper, better side throughout the initial 45 minutes. There were also big misses. Nicolas Jackson came closest to breaking the deadlock, striking a powerful shot against the post just before the first half drinks break. Senegal also missed an open net opportunity. France off the pace, boasting an explosive front four of Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Michael Olise, and Desire Doué. Les Blues struggled to build rhythm and register a lot of nothing offensively. So looking at the first half statistical breakdown, scoreline 0-0. France 57% possession, Senegal 43%. Total shots: France 1, Senegal 5. Shots on target: France 0, Senegal 1. Can imagine. Throughout the first half, France had no shot on target. Shots off target: Senegal 0, France 0, Senegal 3. Blocked shots: France 1, Senegal 1. Corner kicks: France 3, Senegal 2. Passing accuracy: France 88%, Senegal 86%. Clearance: France 12, Senegal 18. So looking at the tactical analysis, France's sterile possession: France controlled 57% of the ball, but lacked vertical. Senegal's compact low to mid block completely isolated Kylian Mbappe up front. Dayot Upamecano was busiest for France, completing 49 accurate passes and winning 3 tackles to stop breaks. There were also Senegal's transition threats, deploying a 4-3-3 formation. Senegal used the pace of Sadio Mane and Ismaila Sarr to devastate France on the counter-attack. Lamine Camara and Pape Gueye won the midfield battle, quickly turning over possessions to exploit gaps behind French fullbacks Ulysse Koundé and Theo Hernandez. So that's all we have for the statistics of the first half. We just hope that it might be a game of 2 halves. Let's see what happened in the second half. I want you guys to stay tuned and enjoy.
shy. And open down to their French counterparts. And somehow, particularly they shot their best half display was a little shade.
I think Didier Deschamps would have had more to say urgently than Pam Chow would have. But nothing more experienced than that fella, so he's senior.
French fans certainly enjoying it here. Those years ago, of course, the real reset in the French structure, the French domestic game. And 4 years later, they won. So it was their lowest points when the world last come. Now they come as one of the main contenders. Plenty of reasons why they should be considered that. Underline the extent to which they are highly touted by doing it out there. So to set them all rolling. Banana to Richmond. Nice throw. Juice. Olise. France did go to the final 4 years ago. We're after the break. By beating the host Qatar, and then Ecuador to progress quite comfortably behind the Netherlands under Aliou Cisse. To lose in the first knockout of next round this year, of course, but then to goals from Jordan Henderson and Harry Kane and Bukayo Saka of England. It's a one-edged strike. It's as close as France have been.
Maybe it's close. So it's a start for France, for him.
Senegal, France have scored now.
We're up to 0-2. Back in the match. Jackson gave him a little nibble. Koulibaly is engaged. Saliba. Hussein.
Inject a bit more width into the game, do I, on the other?
Lady. Put the outside, but there is the belly.
Oh, offside.
Is that?
This game might end goalless. I don't know. Can you imagine?
Sometimes Mbappe from outside to in
Senegal
works, doesn't it?
actually plays.
It does, yes. We've seen that often enough.
Certainly very
Tactically,
Front
they're
line.
very good.
positionally.
They make France look so nice.
It's a nice strong take from Rabiot.
France are always struggling in the
Pass.
midfield, struggling in the attack with all their Dembele.
Experience playing in Serie A with Milan, winning tonight his 60th cap. 31-year-old.
I find it difficult to break Senegal.
Camera. Icarte. Okay.
Senegal are even winning possession in this since they entered the second half. And I like what they're doing. They're not actually reacting, coming in to change formation. They're still playing exactly what they've been playing. Now France are defending. Can you imagine?
Icarte. I saw.
Nice play from Senegal there. Can you imagine?
He's lost
Hey,
possession.
ref wants this to be a point for France. That was a free kick.
That's a very, very good
Good
tackle.
defense from Senegal. Well played there.
Yeah, they haven't endured too many of those counter-attacks where it is what they call
That's a chance. Why are you looking for penalty? Go for the ball.
Necessary one.
I don't know how some strikers do or some players. You leave the ball and
Classic
you're
kind of
looking for one penalty.
tackle from Saliba, well-timed.
That's why the likes of Messi and Ronaldo, they forever be the greatest player of all time. Because they're not interested in penalty. They go for the ball. When you bring them down, it's obvious they bring them down. To 3 minutes on the wall, still no goal. Wow. I'm very impressed with Senegal.
Money. It's good stuff from Kunde. He's running on here.
Nice goalkeeping. They have scored now.
It's not about Mohamed.
They just came out so
Can you
quickly. I mean,
imagine?
Uncle Elisa, he's always
Very deadly
composed
player.
in these situations, and he was here. Thought he was just going to dink the ball over the onrushing keeper.
And
A couple of
almost
moments,
scored.
Elisa,
The
now early on in the
goalkeeper
second
took
half.
the right decision by coming out very quick.
Better from France. A little bit more dink on it, and he scored.
And he's faster than Koulibaly.
Well, Michael Elise did score a terrific hat-trick against Northern Ireland in the last World Cup game in Lyon last Monday. One of those goals was not dissimilar in terms of position to that one. Elise's corner. It's too close to the goalkeeper.
Nice goalkeeper. Hold the ball. Don't be in a hurry.
shots in the first 8 minutes of the second half than they had in the entirety of the first half.
Certainly expect there to be a reaction from Didier Deschamps' players. It's a good stop. Trailing leg, doing the business for Mendy.
Goalkeeper who kept 5 clean sheets at AFCON turn of the year. It's good ball.
That's a counter for Senegal. Yeah, no chance. Jackson.
Threatening to open up a little bit. Not quite so cautious for both teams.
A smart step over which didn't quite work out. Here's Pape. Gay.
Not much space to work in there.
Jackson.
Same leg.
To keep clubs out. Just like Senegal.
Starting to happen. Move into corner.
When was the last time I saw Mbappe in this match?
About that, they needed to. Good ball from Elise into the path. Top man. No lift on the shot. Again. That's why Mendy was able to stop him.
Take. Same. Like this. Rabiot on the turn. One way from wide. And he can
Allow him. Penalty. Take the ball. A very lucky one. The player touched the ball. I just did.
Burst of pace.
He touched the ball.
Sergio Ramos. Sliding challenge. How much more?
Hey, he didn't touch the
No
ball.
ball.
He didn't touch the ball. They're going to show it from all angles.
This certainly invites VAR involvement.
What are you going to VAR? Yo.
To the Al-Shari of Saudi Arabia. Will be
They
scrutinized.
are checking. No, the player almost didn't touch the ball.
shots for Germany have both successfully converted. Mbappe. Where is that Fagani, who is making the journey over to the screen now, deems that this should be a small kick.
I mean, it doesn't have to be loads of contact, but he's had to hurdle Sadio Mane. His left boot has caught the body of the Senegal player as he's gone past. Surprising one if it wasn't. It's the verdict.
Yes, I think it was a penalty. Penalty.
And there is the French reaction, and there is Sadio Mane's reaction.
Well,
That it was not given.
They're not giving. How?
I hurdle that leg, catches it slightly. Well, the ref's
Oh, that's lovely. I thought it was penalty. Yeah.
And those special words, clear and obvious.
Yeah, there was no contact.
Advertisements again.
We fixed
There
it.
wasn't quite enough there for Alireza Fagani.
We fixed it. There was no penalty. Yes. But it looks so obvious. Huh?
To consider. Right. That is the big talking point, and he sure wants to talk. Official there is Sandra Scherer of Switzerland, who has some. Ducati. Goes long. Sar's touch for camera. Sar again. Skay. Okay. Here comes Juve from fullback. Sadio Mane.
Mistake.
Senegal as a team will be believed by the very respond to the
The
tempo.
ref is actually officiating this match very well.
France have begun the second half in
But even when he went to review it, he didn't give it. It's going on for fashion with my radio. It's worked out very nicely actually for Kunde. Elise. Sweetly away. Connect.
well, Elise and Mbappe have come alive in the second half. Between them, trying to put their team in front, and they've come pretty close so far. Beautifully timed run and pass.
What a missed chance in France. Can you imagine? Missed chance.
Diatta. Well, Sar's looking off it.
With a balance, good.
It could be a handful. Hernandez is finding that out.
Very well done.
change on either side. Slightly changing the dynamic of the game though since half time. Just is beginning to occur to 0-2.
Hey, that's a chance. Missed it.
Dewey.
Senegal really broken this one. I hope they can
Mbappe.
stop this game. Continue. Throw it to our left foot.
The faintest of connection that was required in the
Very, very
It's a
tight.
great position for Hernandez, wasn't he? He didn't want to shoot with his right foot. The left-footed left back.
Don't be so. Look out, don't be so. Hey, that's a goal. Hey. Cross, stop.
superstar shines.
But is that not an offside?
No Frenchman has now scored more goals for his nation than Mbappe.
Eish.
Well, it's no shock that the successful combination is Elise and that fella. Because those have been the two in this second half that have,
Is that not an offside? You need to check. Eish.
this time he gets the decisive
Oh,
touch.
not an offside.
In this second half, I've been doing all the pushing.
Didier Deschamps is dancing. Senegal are downcast.
I think Senegal should
Kylian
continue
Mbappe,
playing
a
with it.
57th goal for France. Okay.
They should continue the way they are playing. They are
Giroud, who is now level, scored in 137 minutes.
Still got something.
You mentioned substitutions, Peter. Certainly fans don't need to make any. Pat Chow might be thinking of it.
Alba.
Attacking for Ishmael Assar.
Oh! Hey! It was offside. I said it. Hey!
Jackson, and it's offside.
It's a finish.
Oh, great goal.
And it's anticlimactic.
Jackson.
Complaining too much, is he?
Oh, long offside.
That's why.
Jackson gave it a wallop, but he was offside. And we head into the hydration break. And France have their advantage, and Kylian Mbappe has a goal of vast significance. It takes him with Messi on 13. And behind in global terms now just Miroslav Klose, 6 Villa, 14. And France are unbeaten in their last 26 World Cup matches, in which they scored first since 1982. Though they might have lost the lead here, but for Jackson getting a yard and two ahead of himself.
Yeah. Doesn't need the semi-or tell you that he got too early. Heck of a finish, though.
Here's the one that
there's three players in between Elise and Mbappe, but he's threaded one through perfectly. He knows exactly where the goal is.
His first World Cup goal since he got 3 in the final.
Well, you mentioned those ahead of him in the scoring charts. He could easily end up top at the end of this tournament. Ambitious. I can smell blood fans now. I can see a second and maybe a third in this game for them if it carries on in this fashion. Senegal, a resilient team. Keep on coming up, fans, giving half a chance.
It's too far from left back to offer in swing. Very tight to the goalkeeper. Touch of control, maybe.
Saw that in the first half.
Nobody.
It's been a massive spot. Championships of 19. Over the line against San Antonio Spurs. It was by Miguel Bridges. Not to win on me now. That historically triumphant team.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do I want to get involved? He's seen the league thing pulling all the strings, making the difference.
On the Senegalese bench, I can see at least 2 players waiting to come on. Working short and doing. Pele. Yes, Kunde. Starting from Jackson.
Counter. Hey,
Return pass.
what are the vibes? two changes for Senegal.
Changes for Senegal. Very well scored the last place of those. Tiara for Sutherland. The English Premier League. And we hit up by cautiously talented 18-year-old from PSG. Beyond him, but just enough to hold on so Habib Diallo can come over.
He's found his feet, he's found his strut in this kind of mood. He's any kind of defender. He's going to struggle. In between Elise and Mbappe.
Tiara caught on it. To Pele. A French free kick. Within an hour or so on the finishing line now.
Back a bit of control, Senegal. If they can, it's not going to be easy now, though. Got the tails up front.
And now City floated in. Got the first header. Pele couldn't keep it. Seems to be completely can't. Third tackle from Chouameni. Doué.
Well, you can't say they haven't had the chances. You think of that Ismail Assar one just before half-time. Another quality pass. This time he is onside, I think, just about. It takes a deft touch. Which wasn't quite there. Off the shin.
Wants to make a change here, and it is Dembele of Bakala of Paris Saint-Germain.
Bakula is in. It's your turn.
Barkala.
Can you imagine?
Mbappe.
What could it be a free kick?
Issei. Barkala. That's Diatta.
Temperament for the game does look up for Senegal due to the sheer quality of this Dutch team in the second half and their ability off the bench to make these kind of substitutions. He's going to be telling, I think, in this World Cup. He's taken this like he's just in training, messing about. Hardly had a chance to find any rhythm in this game, but he didn't need it.
Well, Remy Barkala is one of the younger elements of a stellar Paris Saint-Germain team which has conquered Europe at club level. And now for his country, he has made all but sure of a winning start to World Cup 2020. He is one they will be watching and jumping about. He scored 190 seconds after coming on.
That's what you call it.
I actually see it as a balanced game, but the goal made a difference in this game.
The aftermath of the goal, a couple of changes for Senegal. Mohamed Dieng has come on up top in place of Nicholas Jackson, and Iliman Ndiaye has replaced. Away by Saliba. So it's a pretty steep hill for him from now on. So it won't be long before his attention turns to the next substantial challenge by to make a mark on cards. Staying here actually for their next game. They face Erling Haaland of Norway.
Showing the teeth, showing the class, folks. showing us why many see them as favourites for this tournament.
Lisa. Mbappe. Do it. Just getting having won 9 of their last 11. Whatever you think, those two, one of the African countries. Underlying trend of terrific form appears to be continuing.
Have you seen that brilliance of the France team? Opportunities. On a 1-0, could have easily been the equaliser.
France. Delights with France. Seven players replacing him. An employee of Manchester City in England. Fifth and final change for Senegal. Senegal relieved of his duties. Supported by Rayo Vallecano in Spain. Crystal Palace prevailed at the last season. The first half of the contest. Well, this was a special moment. He'd been on the field for a minute and a half.
Yeah, that had to win gone. We were talking about her so well. It was a bit of an unbacky finish, this. Very nice indeed.
The goal was the 48th goal of this World Cup, and the 8th by a sub. So it's been quality. That's got a toe on that. Progressing, but expecting a corner.
Big game. Tournament side for substitutes, I think, isn't it? We call them finishers now. Subs. So, you've got a strong squad, and France certainly have that.
Deep well. His body's around it. Ricardo wanted to go charging out of his own half. back and clearing. I must say, could rather close it down, but Cherokee, when Eric passed it to possession. And Cherokee, wide pass for Elise. By
8 minutes out of time. Can you imagine?
Tata. Draws away.
Michael Elise in the blue shirt of fans. What a performer he looks now for his country.
This was Philadelphia. So not playing against it. Very well. High. Seen by one of the great Welsh players of the recent generation. Well, he was involved with Wales at 2022. Chucky. Couldn't put him through.
Into space for some time he was Mbappe.
Very tactical game. I said it. This game is any little mistake. The other team will take the ball.
This is Senegal might easily have taken the lead with the last kick of the first half finished by the Sar. Since that shot which cleared the crossbar, they haven't had a shot. Right.
Yeah. Boom. Sweet goal. 2-1. Sweet goal. 2-1. I said that when you go to they can do it with a shot. Serious shot. Very sweet goal.
Well, we knew he was a talent, but he's just announced himself to the world here with that finish. And everybody sit up and take notice.
Punch the ball into his net.
We've got still a couple of minutes to go. Surely not. They have lacked his finisher out there. They've created a couple of golden opportunities, but he's shown the way. The teenager.
Oh my. Well, it's in the footsteps of the great Kylian Mbappe by scoring in the World Cup as a teenager, just 18 years old. He played international football for France under 17s. And he said,
That is cool.
there's a goal to the world! He insisted on the final say. What a glorious strike. You can only bow your head and appreciate the brilliance.
Yeah, it's a goal for the world, and not many in the world could finish like that. They really couldn't. How far out is he? But he's stoked it home as if it's the easiest thing in the world. Quite amazing strike and finish that is. Sets him out on his own.
Well, the 50th goal of World Cup 2026 is surely the shiniest goal of this tournament so far. It is Kylian Mbappe's 58th for France, which leaves him out on his own as his nation's top scorer of all time. It's his 14th World Cup goal, which leaves him out on his own as top scorer.
He's going to beat that.
He's got more World Cup goals than Messi.
And he's close to gone.
That's on 14. Of which, by the way, he scored 5 in his last 2 games, 3.5 years apart. Poor old Mbappe here. His moment was short-lived. He deserved more. Time in the limelight for his wonderful strike for Senegal. Okay.
Was appealing for the foul. The ref let it go, and certainly Kylian Mbappe's pleased about that. Makes it look like the easiest finish in the world, this. 25-30 yards out.
Well, that goal at that end of this ground, 8 yards by 8 feet, is proving to be a blessed goal. 2026 World Cup, it's seen a beauty from Vinicius Jr. and 2 from Kylian Mbappe. The names of the game stepped up at that end.
All-away match.
Goal. That was a goal.
Just a relief to True Lady.
Johnny's got long arms.
Kylian Mbappe, 2 others. The others really he stole the show. Quiet first half for all involved, particularly the French. But when they chose to step it up, he stepped it up. Deschamps. Smile is as wide as the Hudson River. Mbappe broke the deadline midway through the second half. Barcola added to it stylishly, barely off the bench. Mbappe grabbed one back for Senegal with a terrific strike of his own. But Mbappe insisted on the headlines with a remarkable blue to and it ends at New York, New Jersey.
So guys, let's take a look at the match analysis, the post-match analysis. France defeated Senegal 3-1 in the opening Group I match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup at the new Jazz Stadium, overcoming a sluggish first half through second half tactical adjustment and individual brilliance. So, looking at the tactical breakdown and key match phases. First half stalemate, Didier Deschamps deployed France in a 4-2-3-1 system that functioned like an attacking 4-2-4. While Les Bleus dominated possession 57%, they lacked penetration, registering only a single shot. Senegal's compact defensive block marshaled by Khalidou Koulibaly easily frustrated them. So Senegal missed opportunities also in that game, operating via quick sharp transition. The Lions of Teranga posed a far greater first half threat. So Nicolas Jackson unlikely struck the woodwork, and Ismail Assar missed a clear point-blank opportunity right before the interval. So the second half turnaround happened that France raised their intensity and verticality following the break. So the deadlock was broken in the 66th minute when Michael Olise delivered a disguised through ball to assist Kylian Mbappe just moments after a controversial VAR review denied France a penalty. So the impact of the substitution in this game, Deschamps showcased France's immense squad depth by introducing Bradley Barcola. Within minutes of stepping onto the pitch, Barcola lashed onto an Adrien Rabiot's pass to double the lead with a delicate chip over Edouard Mendy. So there was also late drama. Senegal's teenage substitute Ibrahim Mbaye pulled a goal back in the 94th minute with a fine strike. However, Mbappe immediately responded in the 95th minute with a long-range blast to seal the 3-1 victory of the game. Looking at the key performances and statistics, France 3, Senegal 1, ball possession, France 54, Senegal 46, total shots on target, France 12 shot 9 on target, Senegal 7, 3 on target. Then passing accuracy, they both share the same 87% passes accuracy. Then corners 1, France 6, Senegal 4. So this post-match takeaway with the brace, Kylian Mbappe advanced to 13 career World Cup goals, moving past Lionel Messi and cementing his role as the focal point of the French attack. For Senegal, the post-match analysis centers on clinical execution. Despite executing an excellent tactical plan in the first 45 minutes, their ability to capitalize on key transitions ultimately allowed France superior individual quality to decide the match, which is what I also said in this fixture. It's just about individual brilliance from the side of the French, but I believe Senegal actually did. They played well. They really played well. I was even surprised, but individual brilliance, you can't take it away from the French player. So guys, please like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.